Okay, I'd like to call this regular meeting of the Coralville City Council to order, December 14th, 2021. Roll call, please.
Councilmember Foster.
Present.
Gross. Wynn.
Present.
Dodds.
Present.
Goodrich.
Here.
Okay, all council members except for Gross are present tonight, as is the mayor, the city clerk, city administrator, city attorney, and several staff members in the audience. I'd entertain a motion to approve the agenda.
So moved.
Moved by Goodrich, seconded by
Second.
Foster. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, the agenda is approved. Okay, item 4 is citizen comments. This is the time on the agenda for anyone that'd like to speak to us tonight about an item that's not already on the agenda. Anybody? No? Seeing no one, we'll move on then to item number 5, precinct changes. This has to do with action that's necessary as a result of the 2020 census and the fact that we increased to 22,318 residents. We will go from 7 to 8 precincts. So item A is a public hearing on amending Chapter 3 of the Coralville Code of Ordinance regarding these precincts. I'll open the public hearing. Are there any comments?
No written.
And no written. Okay, I will close the public hearing and consider the first reading of the ordinance, please.
Ordinance number 2021-1014, an ordinance amending Chapter 3 of the Coralville Code of Ordinances of 2011 as previously amended, establishing 8 voting precincts in the city of Coralville, Iowa, is introduced for first consideration by Councilmember Foster.
Seconded by?
Second.
By Nguyen. Any discussion?
We have sent the notice as required to the county auditor's office, which they are the ones that helped us prepare it, so, but that is part of the process. And so, if later you actually have it to collapse, we do need to, by the next council meeting, approve of these so that we meet the state's requirements. And the reason we're behind is because it was so late for the state doing their work, so.
Yeah.
And the county did look at the ordinance and made some changes in the legal descriptions. It was quite tedious, and they made some changes so they have approved the legal descriptions and the precinct ordinance as we have it for tonight's first approval.
Okay, as we chose at our last meeting.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep, thank you. Okay, roll call, please.
Nguyen.
Aye.
Dodds.
Aye.
Goodrich.
Aye.
Foster.
Aye.
Ordinance passes its first reading, all ayes with Gross absent. I'd entertain a motion now to collapse the second and third readings of this ordinance for action at the December 21st, which is just a week from tonight, Coralville City Council special meeting.
Mayor, I would make a motion to consider collapsing the second and third reading of this ordinance for our next meeting.
Okay. Moved by Dodds, seconded by Goodrich. Roll call.
Dodds.
Aye.
Goodrich.
Aye.
Foster.
Aye.
Nguyen.
Aye.
Okay, the motion passes all ayes with Gross absent. Moving on to item 6, urban renewal areas. This is the second consideration of an ordinance that sets the base value of Lot 2 of the Jacobs Clear Creek 5th subdivision in the Mall and Highway 6 urban renewal areas for projects that have been constructed within the last year. Don?
Ordinance number 2021-1013, an ordinance amending ordinance numbers 650, 679, 97-786, 2001-941, 2002-95, 2013-1007, 2015-1018, 2016-1020, 2017-1016, and 2021-1015, providing that general property taxes levied and collected each year on all property located within the Mall and Highway 6 urban renewal project area in the city of Coralville, County of Johnson, State of Iowa, by and for the benefit of the State of Iowa, City of Coralville, County of Johnson, Iowa City Community School District, and other taxing districts, we paid to a special fund for payment of principal and interest on loans, monies advanced to, and indebtedness, including bonds issued to or to be issued, incurred by said city in connection with said urban renewal redevelopment project, introduced for adoption, second consideration by Councilmember Wen, seconded by.
Second.
Seconded by Dodds. Any discussion? Roll call.
Goodrich.
Aye.
Foster.
Aye.
Quinn.
Aye.
Dodds.
Aye.
Ordinance passes its second consideration, all ayes with Gross absent. Moving on to item 7, which is the annual urban renewal report. This is required by House File 2640 for the council to formally approve a motion, by motion, the filing of the annual urban renewal report with the Iowa Department of Management. I would entertain such a motion.
Mayor, I motion to approve and accept the annual urban renewal report fiscal year 2021.
Okay, moved by Dodds, seconded by
Second.
Foster. Does this need to be a roll call?
Nope.
Okay, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, motion carries all ayes with Gross absent. Item 8 is the Community Development Block Grant Housing Fund Contract. This is a public hearing, this will be setting a public hearing for our next meeting on December 21st for the status of funded activity for the rehabilitation of 6 owner-occupied single-family units in Coralville, which will be administered by the East Central Iowa Council of Governments. Resolution, please. Resolution
Setting a public hearing for the Community Development Block Grant Housing Fund Contract 20 HSG-010, status of funded activities, introduced for adoption by Councilmember Dodd, seconded by.
Second.
Seconded by Goodrich. Any discussion? Roll call.
Foster.
Aye.
Quinn.
Aye.
Dodds.
Aye.
Goodrich.
Aye.
Resolution passes all ayes with Gross absent. Item 9 is the Stormwater Easement Agreement. This is a resolution that will replace the current easement at 105 Auburn Hills with a reduced easement for a stormwater basin.
Resolution vacating the stormwater easement agreement of Lot 4, Ward Subdivision, Coralville, Iowa, and approving a replacement stormwater detention easement agreement, introduced for adoption by Councilmember Goodrich, seconded by.
Second.
Second by Nguyen. Any discussion? Roll call.
Quinn.
Aye.
Dodds.
Aye.
Goodrich.
Aye.
Foster.
Aye.
Resolution is approved. All ayes, Gross absent. Item 9 is residency requirement changes. This is a resolution that changes the residency requirements for city employees from living within 15 to 20 minutes of the city, depending upon their position, to all employees living within 23 air miles, or as the crow flies, of the city limits.
Item 10 is a resolution approving certain updates and changes to the City of Coralville Personnel Manual, Chapter 22, Residency Requirements, introduced for adoption by Councilmember Foster, seconded by.
Second.
Second by Nguyen. Any discussion?
Yeah, just a couple of things. Reasons for the change is one that we wanted to include some additional rural areas along with smaller communities that people could live in if they so chose. And then also doing the miles instead of the minutes makes it easier because there was always discussions about how fast could you go on what road and all of that. So this just makes it easier to measure it and you know the answer.
So the measure, when he said as the crow flies, is that accurate?
Yeah.
The air miles?
Yes,
Okay,
we would
yeah.
just draw a line from city limits, the closest city limits line to wherever the person wants to
Okay,
live.
not necessarily the highway, the road.
No,
Okay.
exactly.
Thank you.
Roll call.
Goodrich.
Aye.
Foster.
Aye.
Quinn.
Aye.
Dodds.
Aye.
Resolution is approved, all ayes with Gross absent. Item 11, now I'd consider a motion to approve the consent calendar as presented or amended.
Mayor, I would ask the council to please consider a motion to approve the consent calendar A through U inclusive.
Okay, moved by Dodds, seconded by
Second.
Nguyen. Any discussion? A roll call.
Foster.
Aye.
Quinn.
Aye.
Dodds.
Aye.
Goodrich.
Aye.
The consent calendar is approved, all ayes with Gross absent. Item 12, the city administrator's report.
Yes, just a couple quick things. Just want to remind folks that we will be having our second meeting of the month on December 21st, not the regularly scheduled. So that'll be a specially scheduled meeting to take care of the business for the rest of the year. Also, remind everyone that we'll be having a reception at Brown Deer Golf Course on December 28th from 5 to 7 to honor the retirement of Mayor Lundell. So encourage anybody that can. Everyone is welcome to attend that. Just also would like to thank all of the volunteers and especially Jim Albrecht for their work on the Isle of Lights. There's a lot that goes into it, and we just appreciate everybody that put together events, including the Bebop's Trade in City Hall and Green States Credit Union, the museums that opened up. It's just a really fun activity that's been going on for many, many years in Coralville. And that's it, Mayor.
Okay, thank you, Kelly. Mayor's report. Several of us were just together up at North Liberty this evening at a reception for outgoing longtime Mayor Terry Donahue and Councilmember Ann Pollock. And also, Councilmember Goodrich and maybe others attended the Iowa City reception. I don't know.
I did too.
Did you as well, Jill? Thank
Yeah.
you. For Sue Mims and Councilmember Mazzalier. So want to wish our colleagues in the adjoining cities the best wishes. They've been great collaborators, and it's time for change. So our time is coming. The other thing I wanted to mention was to encourage folks to, if they have the opportunity this coming weekend, to attend the performance at the Coralville Center for the Performing Arts, Matilda. It's a musical. It is absolutely fantastic. Diana and I went on opening night this past Friday night, and it's phenomenal. It has both adult and youth cast, and they're both good. But I tell you, the youth that plays Matilda and some of her associates on the stage are just amazing for their age. The way they sing and do their lines is just incredible. The whole show is very, very good. There'll be a Friday night, Saturday night, and Sunday afternoon shows remaining. So I would encourage you to take that in. And that's all I have. City Attorney's report?
I'll save my wish for Merry Christmas to the next meeting since we've now got that. Kevin?
I've got nothing.
Okay. Committee and council members report. Megan, since you're down there by yourself, I'll let you go first.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I don't have very much tonight. I just wanted to echo your congratulations to all of our colleagues in Iowa City and North Liberty, on congratulating them on their service, and just really appreciate everything that they have done for their respective communities. It's quite a calling when you become an elected official and a public servant. It really does have its challenges, but also tremendous reward, and just really appreciate the leadership of those individuals over the last several years. I wanted to congratulate our colleague, Councilmember Huynh, and her colleagues at the Coralville Food Pantry on another successful community meal on Friday night at the Rec Center. 371 people.
Good
Wow.
job.
Yep, and as always, the food was delicious, and it was just a great night to get out and enjoy a meal with our neighbors. Isle of Lights was fantastic, as always. I always hear great things about that community event. I did want to just point out that if you have a spectacular holiday light display that you'd like people to view, make sure that you add that to our city map, so I know a lot of people drive around and look at the lights over the holiday season. So make sure that you add your home if you have a really neat light display to share. And that is all I have. Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you. We'll just work our way down. Councilmember Huynh.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I want to thank the community for coming out and supporting the community meal on December 10th. It was a widely successful meal, and it was the first time that we were able to dine inside the area, sitting together and sharing a meal. And thanks to Sherry Prowl and Amy from the rec center and the staff at the rec center in partnering with us and make it possible so that we have a venue to host that meal. And the Coralville Public Library, the front of the library, the Children Museum, community member who come together and create activities for the community to enjoy. So thank you. I want to congratulate Evans and the staff at the CCPA for their wonderful 10 years anniversary. They host a wonderful 10-year anniversary with the opening of Matilda. Just like Mr. Mayor said, it's great. I am sorry I missed it. Just can't be at two places at the same time. But I'm planning on taking my family to see Matilda this coming weekend. Isle of Light was great. Thank you to the city, the staff, and the volunteer for making that a wonderful night. My family went out. We enjoyed that a lot. I know that there's a lot of work involved in making it a successful, and Kelly played a big part in that. And thank you to city staff again for stringing all of the lights on the Coralville Strip and also First Avenue. It makes it so
pretty.
festive and pretty, and put us in the holiday spirit. And remind people that you have 10 minutes. If you need a COVID shot, booster, anything, it's still going on at the Coralville Public Library, so get over there. And then if you need a COVID test, the City Hall still have some. Coralville Public Library have some, and also the food pantry have some. So that's all I have tonight. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilmember Dodd.
Thank you, Mayor. I won't repeat everything. My fellow council members, they did a pretty good job checking off my list. The one thing I did want to mention was the holiday luncheon coming up on the 17th. It's one of my favorite events of the year. Santa comes, we get to sing, and we get to learn so many things that are wonderful that's going to be happening in our city. It's a very informative and fun, festive event. So, and the other most important thing is that I wanted to welcome Kelly and Nancy Hayworth to the Grandparent Club with Evie, and I know that this is an exciting time for you and the best Christmas present you could ever ask for. So congratulations.
Very good. Councilmember Goodrich.
Mayor, I have nothing to add. Thank
Okay.
you.
Very good. I do advise people to, if you have Christmas holiday lighting and decorations out that are subject to blowing away, that you might consider taking those in tomorrow
Yeah.
afternoon. The city of Coralville this afternoon took down some decorations that have a history of blowing away. So they will go back up, but not until after the windstorm is completed.
I hope it's not
so.
as bad as they think.
Yeah. Okay, I'd entertain a motion to adjourn.
Or did we want to?
We had,
Oh, yes,
Yeah.
we can't adjourn yet.
okay, I was just, I didn't know if
thank
was
you.
Change plans, I just wanted to make sure.
Executive.
Well, it does say consider a motion to
Yeah,
adjourn. It
it
just
does.
has a,
Yeah.
a little bit more
That's
to
right.
executive session. I was just
Yeah.
getting ready to say that. I would consider a motion to adjourn to executive session to evaluate the professional competency of an individual whose appointment, hiring, performance, or discharge is being considered when necessary to prevent needless and irreparable injury to that individual's reputation, and that the individual requests a closed session pursuant to section 21.5I of the Code of Iowa.
Mayor, I would consider that motion to adjourn to executive session.
Okay, moved by Dodds, seconded
I
by
will second that, Mayor.
Nguyen. Roll call?
Quinn,
Aye.
Dodds,
Aye.
Goodrich,
Aye.
Foster.
Aye.
Okay, we will go into executive session and return to close the meeting when we're done.